Marvel's Spider-Man 3 may have just gotten some major new story hints thanks to recent leaks connected to the upcoming Venom game. Now, before we get into everything, I want to be very clear. All of this information is based on leaks and reports, so please take everything I discuss here with a grain of salt. That said, if these details turn out to be accurate, they could have a huge impact on the future of Insomniac's Spider-Man universe, especially Marvel's Spider-Man 3. So let's break it all down. According to a new report from MP First, the standalone Venom game is still in active development and is currently targeting a 2027 release window. More importantly, this game isn't just a side project. It's reportedly designed to play a major narrative role leading directly into Marvel's Spider-Man 3. In fact, the Venom game is expected to act as a story bridge between Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3, setting up characters, conflicts, and plot lines that will carry forward into the next mainline entry. One of the biggest leaks suggests that Eddie Brock will be the main playable protagonist in the Venom game. This might not come as a huge surprise, especially considering what happened to the previous symbiote host in Spider-Man 2. If this leak is true, it would effectively rule out Flash Thompson as Agent Venom, as well as the possibility of an entirely original Venom character. Instead, Insomniac appears to be leaning heavily into Eddie Brock's classic comic book portrayal, bringing him closer to his traditional counterpart, someone who maintains a complicated but controlled relationship with the symbiote. Another massive detail from the leaks is the return of Cletus Cassidy as Carnage, who is reportedly set to be the main antagonist of the Venom game. This lines up with earlier leaks that referenced an internal Insomniac presentation, which also pointed toward Carnage playing a central role. Originally, Carnage was expected to appear in Marvel's Spider-Man 2 DLC, specifically the second story expansion. However, since those DLC plans were ultimately canceled, it now seems Insomniac is reworking the Carnage storyline and shifting it into the Venom game, and possibly Spider-Man 3 as well. One of the most interesting story elements involves Anti-Venom. According to the leaks, Anti-Venom will appear in the Venom game, but not in the way we've already seen. This version of Anti-Venom is not controlled by Peter Parker. Instead, it's described as a more monstrous, comic-accurate version closely tied to Eddie Brock. Unlike Peter, who struggles to balance power and control, Eddie Brock reportedly maintains full control over Anti-Venom, both physically and mentally. This contrast between Peter's Anti-Venom and Eddie's version could play a major thematic role in the story. The leaks also suggest that Peter Parker's Anti-Venom and Eddie Brock's Anti-Venom are two completely separate entities, not alternate forms of the same symbiote, even though Marvel's Spider-Man 2 ends with Peter Parker stepping away from his role as New York's main Spider-Man. The Venom game reportedly shows that he is far from retired. Because Venom's story revolves around Carnage, it's almost guaranteed that Peter Parker will appear as a major supporting character, actively helping Venom stop Carnage's rampage. Former police officer Yor Watanabe is also rumored to be involved, suggesting a darker, more grounded storyline focused on brutal street-level chaos rather than purely cosmic threats. So while Peter may be on hiatus, he's still very much active behind the scenes. Now here's where things get really interesting for Marvel's Spider-Man 3. Insomniac is reportedly working to include Miguel O'Hara, also known as Spider-Man 2099, in one of their upcoming projects. Based on current information, this appearance is unlikely to happen in the Venom game Wolverine or the X-Men project that strongly suggests that Spider-Man 2099 will debut in Marvel's Spider-Man 3. Remember, Insomniac previously planned a Spider-Verse DLC for Marvel's Spider-Man 2, but that content was canceled. Additionally, the multiplayer Spider-Verse game, The Great Web, was also scrapped. Now it appears that Insomniac may be reworking those ideas into a full single-player narrative for Spider-Man 3, this time centered around a multiversal catastrophe involving Miguel O'Hara. If these leaks are accurate, Spider-Man 3 could feature Peter Parker, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2099 teaming up to deal with threats across multiple universes. If all of this turns out to be true, Insomniac is clearly planning something much bigger than a simple sequel. The Venom game would serve as a dark, character-driven bridge, while Marvel's Spider-Man 3 could evolve into a full Spider-Verse epic. But again, these are leaks, not official confirmations. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Eddie Brock leading the Venom game? Do you want to see Spider-Man 2099 in Marvel's Spider-Man 3? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more gaming news and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.